State government. India has a federal setup, which means that we have two levels of government. One is meant for the entire country, called the central or union government, and the other works at the state level, called the state government. The government at the state level functions almost similar to that of the central government. Just as we have the President, the Prime Minister, and the Council of Ministers working at the center, we have the Governor, the Chief Minister, and the Council of Ministers at the state level. As the Union Legislature, Parliament, enacts laws for the entire country, the state legislature enacts laws for its own state. It makes laws on the subjects mentioned in the state list and concurrent list. The Legislative Assembly, Vidhan Sabha. Our constitution provides for a maximum of 500 members and a minimum of 60 members in a legislative assembly. The governor of the state can nominate one member of the Anglo-Indian community if it has not been represented in the legislative assembly. The number of members in the assembly is fixed by the parliament in proportion to the population of the state concerned. The members of the Vidhan Sabha are elected directly by the people of the state. The qualification of the member and their tenure are similar to the members of Lok Sabha. Elections are based on universal adult franchise, meaning that all the persons above 18 years of age have the right to vote. The system of secret ballot is followed. The Legislative Assembly is elected for a period of 5 years. However, the governor may dissolve it earlier if he finds that a motion of no confidence is passed against the Council of Ministers or there is a breakdown of the constitutional machinery. He advises the President to dissolve the Legislative Assembly and impose President's rule. He may also dissolve the Legislative Assembly on the recommendation of the Chief Minister. Speaker. The Vidhan Sabha elects the Speaker and Deputy Speaker, who perform the same functions as the Speaker and Deputy Speaker in Lok Sabha. They are elected by the members of Assembly from amongst themselves. They hold office till new Assembly elects a new Speaker and a Deputy Speaker. They can be removed from the office earlier also by a resolution passed by the House. Functions of the Speaker. He presides over the meetings of the Vidhan Sabha. He decides whether a bill is a money bill or an ordinary bill. No bill or resolution can be passed without his permission. He maintains discipline in the House and sees that House functions according to the rules. The Vidhan Sabha makes laws on the subject mentioned in the state list. The procedure for passing the law is similar to that at the center. However, if a governor feels that a particular law will not benefit the state, he can withhold his assent and send it to the President. Legislative Council, Vidhan Parishad. Legislative Council is also known as Upper House in the state legislature. The maximum strength of the Legislative Council is 1/3 of the total strength of Legislative Assembly, subjected to a minimum of 40 members. The Legislative Council is a permanent body, as it cannot be dissolved. 1/3 of its members retire after every 2 years, and elections are held for vacant seats. The term of office of a member is 6 years. To become a member of the Legislative Council, a person should be a citizen of India and at least 30 years of age. He has to fulfill all other qualifications as specified by the Constitution. Unlike the Legislative Assembly, Legislative Council is not a directly elected body. 1/3 of its members are elected by the members of Legislative Assembly. Another 1/3 of its members are elected by the members of local government bodies. 1/12 of the members are elected by an electorate consisting of university graduates. Another 1/12 are elected by an electorate consisting of teachers of secondary schools, colleges, and universities, and the remaining 1/6 are nominated by the governor of the state. These nominated members are distinguished individuals from different walks of life like arts, science, literature, music, social work, etc. The members of the Legislative Council elect a chairman and deputy chairman from amongst themselves. The chairman is the presiding officer in the House, and deputy chairman conducts the proceedings in his absence. They remain in office as long as they enjoy the confidence of the majority and can be removed from their office by a resolution passed by the majority. Functions of the legislature. Legislative functions. One of the most important functions of the state legislature is to make laws on 66 subjects mentioned in the state list and 44 subjects mentioned in the concurrent list. In case a law passed by the state legislature is contrary to a law passed by the union legislature, the central law prevails, or when the state legislature is not in session. The legislature controls the government. The chief minister remains in power so long as he enjoys majority in the Vidhan Sabha. The members of legislature use various methods to get information from the government about its policies and how it performs its functions. Debates and discussions in the legislature keep the government on its toes. Limitations on the powers of state legislature. Bills on certain subjects cannot be introduced in the state legislature without any prior approval of the President. Bills on certain subjects passed by the state legislative cannot be signed by the governor. They have to be sent to the President for his consideration and assent. The governor of the state can reserve any bill passed by the state legislature for the consideration of the President. Relations between Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. A. Legislative Assembly is essential for a state, while Legislative Council is optional. B. Money bills can be introduced only in Legislative Assembly. The Legislative Council has to reject or pass the money bill within 14 days. Otherwise, the bill is considered to be passed. C. Legislative Council has limited powers over ordinary bill too. If it rejects a bill or makes changes or withholds it for 3 months, Legislative Assembly can pass it again. This time, the bill is considered passed if the Legislative Council does not return the bill within 1 month. D. In matters of exercising control over the executive, the Legislative Council has only formal powers and has less authority in toppling the government. Thus, we can see that the Legislative Assembly enjoys more powers than the Legislative Council. How bill becomes a law. A proposal to make law is called a bill. A bill can be of 2 types, ordinary bill and money bill. Ordinary bill relates to daily administration, whereas money bill relates to imposing of taxes or spending money from the treasury. An ordinary bill can be introduced in either of the 2 houses, whereas a money bill can only be introduced in the Legislative Assembly. The introduction of the bill in the House constitutes the first reading. The minister or the member in charge of the bill takes permission from the Speaker of the House to introduce the bill. Only the title of the bill is read out at this stage. During the second reading, clause-by-clause discussion takes place on different aspects of the bill. If it is passed by the House, the third reading of the bill takes place. At this stage, voting takes place. Once the bill is passed from one house, it is sent to the other house, where same procedure is followed again. If the second house also passes the bill, it is sent to the governor for his or her assent. When the governor signs the bill, it becomes a law. A governor has 2 options after receiving a bill. He or she may send the bill back to the legislature with his or her recommendations. But if the House passes the bill again, the governor has to sign it. Secondly, he or she may reserve the bill for the consideration of the President.